Sarah looks hungry, doesn't she?
This is what you wear when you go out to eat.
Yeah, except it doesn't have the bib, like the cup at the bottom.
We don't go out to eat often, so I have to wear mine for you guys.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And we are with CookingWithCSA.com, home of the seasonal recipe subscription.
Where you can get all the support you need to get cooking using the best ingredients out there.
So today we're talking about messing up in the kitchen. Who's been there? Who's done that? Me?
And cooking when you don't have any time. You have a lot going on.
Okay. So let's start off with, let's just take care of this first one. So how many of you have ever been afraid of messing up dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Like me.
Yeah.
That was totally me. Everybody messes up. And I'm going to tell you right now, whether it's the best chef you've ever seen or somebody as talented as Sarah here is at creating the recipes here at Cooking with CSA, they have had a lot of mistakes under their belt, but you wouldn't know it because they go on despite that. Mm-hmm. They learn from their mistakes, and that's the key to developing any new ability. So
Practice. Yeah.
Practice,
You
absolutely.
You definitely have to get started. I never was afraid to get started cooking, but once I messed up a recipe, then it was kind of like, oh geez, like I'm kind of scared to get back in the kitchen because I don't want this to happen again. A good story that goes along with that is years ago when I was getting a little bit more creative in the kitchen, I was making dinner for Peter one night, and I think he suggested that we have Chinese food.
Sounded good.
And if you guys have ever made Chinese food, it's hard. The restaurants make it seem really easy, really tasty, noodles, a little oil, you can't go wrong. You can go wrong. I put together this big old dish, and Peter's always great. He's always like, oh, that smells so good, thank you, like I'm so excited, this is gonna be so good. And really building it up, and so it was finished, the product was on the stove.
It was like a chicken noodle dish.
It's like a chow mein I was going for.
It was like a chow mein, okay.
Yeah. And I remember it was done, Peter's like, is it done? I'm hungry. I'm like, oh yeah, it's done, come on in here. And I grabbed the fork, I wanted to taste it before I dished it up. Grabbed the fork, took a bite. Ooh, not so good. Peter didn't see it. Then he comes up behind me, grabs the fork, grabs a big old fork full of it, and I see him getting ready to go for it, and I was like, I wouldn't take a bite that big. And I think he went for it.
And immediately I was like, whoa, what do you mean, like that big? It's kind of like a little bit of a warning.
Yeah. Needless to say, it wasn't good. And I'm pretty sure we both spit it out. And at that point, it was
pretty horrible.
We're kind of late eaters. Some things never change. And it was probably about 8 o'clock. And at that time, we lived pretty close to a restaurant called Qdoba, which is like a Mexican, healthy, fast food, Mexican type. And it was kind of like, okay, what do we do? Go to Qdoba. Like, there's no way I'm making another dinner. Like, let's just get out of here. And so now every time a recipe is kind of like, I don't know about this, Peter will be like, are we going to go to Qdoba tonight?
Yeah. On the fence. It's like, oh, Qdoba night, isn't it?
So, moral of the story is, mess-ups happen, and sometimes you do waste ingredients, sometimes you do waste time, but if you never tried it, you would never know. If you never get there, if you're always afraid of going there, like, you'll never improve.
For sure. And my solution to that is you don't want to exceed your ability in the kitchen. Otherwise, you're just kind of asking for it. It's really risky to just be like, oh, I'm gonna go create, like in this case, a Chinese dish. And you've never done anything Chinese before. You should probably have some kind of recipe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like I said, you're kind of asking for it. You're setting yourself up, and you don't need to do that, especially when you're first getting started. The solution for me has always been have a recipe. when I first got started, that was me. Always had a recipe. It didn't matter what it was. It was a salad dressing. It could have been probably everything except for smoothies and oatmeal. I had a recipe for it. And it was like to the letter, step by step, hardcore. Like, I have to have that quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. I was just like very, very paranoid. And it's because I didn't want to be let down. I know how crappy it is to go to all the work and have it fail, and I get hungry. Like, I feel like even a little bit hungry right now. And it's just like, you don't want to get, really hungry and then be let down. And
but
I could go on and on. But basically, I recommend, like, have a recipe no matter what. Yeah.
For starting out, I definitely think that you should have a recipe if you're afraid. If you have a recipe, you know how to read, you follow it, it's fine. That's how you get started. A thing to keep in mind is, sometimes recipes are wrong. Like, I create a lot of recipes, but I didn't always create my own recipes. I used to use cookbooks, use blogs, use online sources for recipes, and a lot of times I would follow them to the T when first starting out, and they'd be wrong. So it's really important to find a good recipe source that you can trust. Make a few of their recipes, and if they always turn out good, then you know that no matter what, you're going to get a recipe and it's going to turn out good. We have Cooking with CSA, the seasonal recipe subscription, just for that reason. Our members can count on us every week to send them great tasting recipes that are going to turn out. Very simple. So I think that kind of covers, you've got to get started, take a chance, but just get a recipe. Start with a recipe and get cooking.
Now, part B, I don't have time to cook. Sarah, let's get this thing started.
Let's get this thing started. So for me personally, now where we're at, I don't even know that. That sentence isn't even in my vocabulary. I don't have time to cook. I'm short on time, but I have to cook. Like, it's kind of like I have to sleep, I have to exercise, I have to brush my teeth, I have to go to the bathroom.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. So I would say you need to get to that point, because everybody wants to be healthy. You want to be healthy, you want to feel great, you want to look great. And in order to do that, cooking it's a fact. You have to cook your own food. So my tip is, if you are like, oh, I'm short on time, I'm just going to go out and grab a burger or grab, a pre-made salad or something, then think about, what is that going to do for your body? Is it going to fuel your body? How are you going to feel after you eat that? Are you going to feel guilty? Are you going to feel bad? Like, you don't want any of those feelings. You want to feel energized, and you really want to feel good. So I just make it a priority. Just keep doing it. Peter, you were saying something earlier about the more you do something, like, the easier it gets, it becomes a habit, and I think that that's a very valid point.
Yeah, totally. And wow, you just really went for it, didn't you? To add to that, where we're at right now, we couldn't even consider going back to just going like easy dinner every single night. We wouldn't even want to go there, because we know how great it is where we're at, but it didn't start off that way, for sure. I mean, it was really like creating any big change in your life. It takes a lot of hard work in the beginning, and there's a lot of resistance. It's all pretty foreign when you first start, and you just have to think about where you want to be, and try and just minimize the resistance and increase that burning desire. Really think about why you want to do this, and know that there's really nothing in your way, and that you can achieve exactly where you want to go with this thing. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you right now, once you get there, it's so much easier to sustain it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that was like a really good point. If you really want something, then you can have it. You can get there. So with that information, we hope that we've encouraged you guys to get started in the kitchen, not be afraid to cook, and make time for it, because it is important.
It's extremely important. And you might mess up, and you just got to go for it.
Go for it.
And you'll get there. And how many times can you really mess up in the kitchen? It's limited. It's extremely limited. Don't be worried about it. So go ahead, leave a comment, let us know what you guys thought. Yeah, go ahead.
Let us know if you've messed something up and what was it. And what did you do?
Yeah, no,
did you go to keto?
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear about your screw up, and let's just go off of that.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again probably next week.